What's going on, you guys? So I have another story that I forgot to mention about my dad's new nursing home. Um I got another story about these people. They tried to trick me, right? Let me tell you something. I look young, I even sound young, but I am not stupid, okay? So when I transferred my dad into his new nursing home, at his other nursing home, I bought a camera for my dad's room. It's like a camera where it's like it has a screen on it where I can just call in and my face pops up. I can see him, he can see me, things like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. He about to go to this new nursing home and I'll just set up his new camera in this new nursing home. Not really thinking nothing of it. And there's a huge difference between how this new nursing home is about cameras versus his other one. First of all, they tried to tell me, okay, if you get a camera for his room or if you get a camera for him, you'll have to set up your own internet service and things like that. So they can't use the nursing home's Wi-Fi. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. Then let me tell you where the lie come in, right? They tried to lie to me, right? As I was setting up my dad's room, I had hooked up his camera and things like that. The social worker and some CNA tried to come in and say, "Oh, you can't have that type of camera." I'm like, "The fuck you mean I can have this type of camera, right? Like I had it before, I can have it again." She was like, "Oh, the camera you have, it can't be audio and it has to be like fixed." Trying to make it seem like it has to be some a certain type of camera that's like put fixed on a wall. I'm like, nah, that don't make sense, right? I just wasn't going for it. Like something in my spirit, her saying it just doesn't make sense. Why the fuck does it matter what type of camera my dad has in his room that he's paying for? Like, who the fuck are you to tell me that my dad can't have this camera that has audio and video on it? It can only have video. It can't have audio. I'm like, y'all bullshit. It don't make sense. No, I'm not going for it. I was like, nah, that don't make sense, right? It just doesn't make sense. Like, he's in his room. He's in his room that he's paying for. How the fuck can he not have a video audio camera? What? So I made a big stink about it. I'm like, yeah, I ain't going for it. And then eventually the social worker kind of caved in because she knew I wasn't falling for it. So when she tried to hand me the papers with the video rules on it and tried to have me sign it, we went downstairs and I guess she was like, okay, we'll talk to the administrator or whatever. And the administrator tried to come talking to me. It was this white lady. And I read through I read the paper clearly. It said in the common area you cannot have video with audio, but in a residence room they can have audio and video set up, right? So if I wouldn't have read that, I would have just went with what the fuck they were talking about. But I said, nah. He literally just came from nursing home and he had this camera for a whole year. So what are you talking about? Um, and then when I tell you that lady's mouth dropped when I pointed out that no, it says right here on this paper in common areas, meaning in areas where, hallways, uh kitchen shit like that, that is where it can't be video audio. But I said right here it says residence room, they can have audio and video camera. And when I tell you her mouth dropped, she was kind of stuttering. She was like, well, I guess you're right. Yeah. And how the fuck y'all work here and y'all saying the wrong thing? No telling how many other family members they done told that bullshit to, and the family members just believed them. But I think because I had already came from a nursing home and I've already had a camera in my dad's room and no one said anything about it, it's no way y'all going now a different nursing home gonna tell me something different. No, like if my dad is paying cash for his room, you cannot tell me as his legal guardian, right? Because it's only certain people that can have a camera in their family member's room, and that's like a legal guardian, things like that. I am the legal guardian of my dad. So therefore, I can set up a camera in his room, period. But they tried to pull a fast one on me, girl. They tried to pull a fast one on me. And if I would have just went with it and I didn't read that paper, they would have told me the wrong thing. Now, let me tell you, the social worker who tried to first tell me that I couldn't have the type of camera I had, she looked like she was kind of in shock when I kind of proved them wrong with their own rules. I'm like, how the fuck am I reading your rules? You like, and y'all don't even know it. So when I came back down, I saw that the social worker went into the admin's room and she was kind of going off. She was like, y'all up here training me to say this and that. But so I can tell I feel like she felt like a little bit embarrassed in that moment. Like, here it is. I'm telling this girl she can't have this camera. And that's what y'all been training me to say. But she done pointed out here that she can. So I'm sure that was like a very embarrassing moment. And it's no telling how many other family members of residents and nursing homes that they told that shit to, and these people believe they can't have a camera in their person's room because these nursing homes are telling them some bullshit like that. I said, no, you can have a camera in your parents' room. If you are a legal guardian of them, you can, right? Legally, if you have legal guardianship, or I think POA or some type of legal, you can have a camera in your parents' room. If you don't have that, if you're not their legal representative, then you can't. But I'm the legal representative for my dad, so you can't tell me I can't have a camera, bitch. Ain't no way, no how. And so, girl, that's why I said these people at these nursing homes, I know they hate me because I feel like I'm the one that's gonna always like, you know, kind of say what I have to say and do what I think they don't like that. I think they don't like people who try to undermine them or try to, you know, who try to, still do what they want to do. I'm one of them ones that's gonna show up, make y'all look dumb as fuck, and y'all ain't gonna be able to say shit about it. That's me, you know. So yeah, they tried to trick me, girl. They tried to trick me and make me believe that my dad couldn't have the type of camera I had for him. They really tried to. And then they was like, okay, you got to use your own freaking internet. Okay, bet. So guess what I did? I went to T-Mobile and got one of those internet boxes and hooked his camera up to the internet box that I will be paying for. They're trying to find all types of reasons to make it so difficult for me to have a camera in my dad's room. But guess what? I got a camera in my dad's room. I got the internet and they can't say shit about it. And I know they're mad about it, bitch. I know they're mad. And like, why the fuck do you care if I have a camera in my dad's room? What does it matter? Well, it's because this is memory care and the camera moving back and forth. I guess they didn't want a camera that like moves and it's like has motion sensors. They tried to say it's because residents, it can startle them and create confusion and all this other shit. I said my dad had this camera for a year. I mean, I get what they're saying though. I do, because with the type of dementia, they if they just start hearing voices on the camera, yeah, it could cause some issues. So I'm not saying that their reasoning doesn't make sense, but it doesn't make sense for you to tell me that my dad can't have a camera with video and audio in his private room. That makes zero sense. Because I said, how the fuck else am I supposed to talk to him? She was like, well, you can call. No, bitch. I said, what if y'all don't answer the phone? Because let's be clear, these nursing homes don't be answering the phone when they should. You'll be on hold. Like, I'm telling you, nursing homes, based on what I've witnessed from nursing homes, they don't always answer the phones. You know, they'll make up reasons. They can easily lie and say a person is asleep and they're really not asleep. So, I need that camera to verify what's going on at all times with my dad, as far as I can see it. Okay? They don't want you having that ability to access your parent like that. So they're going to try to create all types of loopholes so you can't really, you know, access your parent. They're going to try to make all these rules saying, "Oh, you can't use our internet. It got to be this type of camera." All types of shit. But bitch, you're not playing with a little rookie here, and you're not talking to a little girl. I mean, I know looks can be deceiving, but you're not talking to a little girl. You're not going to tell me that I can't have the camera that I had for my dad for over a year now, that he can't have it here. That's a fucking lie, because most nursing homes that has that law now allows people to have a camera in their person's room. So at this point, you're telling me that you're willing to break the law. And I don't think you want to get sued, bitch. So anywho, that's what I wanted to say. Bye.